Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
We are here.
To another episode of the Sports U Podcast.
Them boys.
Now, we're down one today, boys. We are down one. But it's still going to be a good one here in memory of Gift.
Get well
not
soon,
in that
my guy.
type of way. But yeah.
Get well soon, my guy.
He's going to be missed for this episode at least. Welcome again to Sports U Podcast. Episode 105 of them things. You have Rob on the mic here. Across from me. Big Stevie. And then, of course, we're missing our guy, Big Gifton from his walk. Yeah. That man.
He can't walk today.
He can't walk today. He's kind of low, bro. He's got the chills.
He's in the fetal position,
with the blanket around him. He's like, ugh.
With one of those swan pillows.
And you know, his head is sweating, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why is he getting roasted already? Well, welcome. Of course, it's Sports U Podcast, where we read you sports news.
Hear our stupid opinions, sir.
And you hear our stupid-ass opinions. My guy got it on lock, even though that's Krypton's catchphrase. Oh, my God. You good there, man?
Told you, bro. This is why I stopped the last one.
Bro, I just lit this one, and it's definitely hitting tough. I got to get used to it again. Yeah. But let's start it off, man. Let's get into some good talk. And I think the hottest piece of news right now is Luka Doncic. I think you just say that with like an apostrophe. I don't think you go Doncic's.
Bro, Luka, he's out here.
Luka's game.
He's out here.
What was it? It's 60,
21 boards, and 10 assists or something like that. Yeah, bro. It's 2K numbers.
What's is that like what's your first impression on that? Because
it's crazy.
Got to watch it after. I didn't watch it during. I didn't expect something like that to happen. Like, Jesus.
Who does?
And I don't know, like, I think the biggest thing for me that kind of comes to mind is, and even just watching him, man, like, I think he reached James Harden's pinnacle before James Harden did, like, years before. And so,
yeah,
I feel like,
because, people were trying to throw that in there that, James Harden did this too, but it was like, yeah, he was not this young of a player. He was, like, in his prime.
Like, yeah, I think... Yeah, exactly, right?
His
like
prime.
Would you call this
like
his prime? This is his fifth year in the league. I think it's like 7, 8, 9, 10.
James was like in the back end of his Houston years when he did that.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying for him.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
like,
for Luka.
This is his fifth year, right? Usually it's like your prime when like 7, 8, 9.
And he came in.
You know what I mean?
He came in like 19 too, bro. It's probably gonna be like watch him at year 10, bro.
I mean. It's no different, like, players have come in young before, like, it's not like the new, like, NFL or something like that, but you know what I mean?
But, like, he's gonna continue to get better for a long time still, bro.
I mean, here's the thing. I think the first thing that I think about when you have this, like, type of feat, right, it's amazing, especially the way it happened, the clutch gene, right? There's so many different instances. I think I was super impressed, right? By Damian Lillard when he first came into the league of how clutch he actually was. And he showed it very early on.
I agree.
And I feel like it's been a little bit more flat.
He showed it his rookie year.
You know what I mean?
He's still showing it as he's aged.
Maybe it's
too.
Because he's been out,
but,
he's been out for a while.
Yeah, I think that's more so the thing for you probably.
But I feel like Luka is a little bit more consistent with it. And does he have a lot more chances? I think so too, because they're in a lot of close games, these guys. They're not really blowing out teams right now. So
no, they're not blowing teams out. I agree.
Maybe last year they did. That was like the first year where the Mavericks started blowing out teams like that.
Yeah, their team was producing a lot better. Probably the Jalen Brunson losing is showing itself more so.
Oh yeah, you can see it right now. Like, where is his help? And Christian Wood is, like Gifton said. I think Gifton called it right. He's on sometimes, and then other days he's just another dude.
I mean,
and so.
There's no way they could have expected to come there and be like his number 2. He's a role player still.
Yeah, but I think like why? Okay, so if you look at what Christian Wood was even supposed to be, right? Everybody was talking about
he's
his
still
6th
not
man
even
of the year.
That though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. So Gifton is right in that aspect that like he had performances. I mean, he dropped 51 the other day. So, I think he's a similar type of role as Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson was way more consistent.
And
I think he was more of a
more aggressive,
better like offensive I'm pushing. He can run the
Yeah.
offense like
Well,
that.
yeah, because I mean he's a guard. He's a guard though. Yeah. So.
I mean, but it's not like other power forwards can't pass either.
It's
So
not about that Christian Wood can't pass.
or
He's
just
still
forwards
not
in
the.
general.
He's not. He's still, regardless of his passing, he's not the same play. His playmaking level and IQ is not the same as Jalen Brunson. I don't care.
Okay, I understand that. But let's just say this. Let's get back a little bit back to Luka right here, right? Because basically we're talking about how the team's basically the same. If anything, it took a step back because I would take Jalen Brunson,
did.
of course,
They
than
did.
Christian Wood on this team at least. And if Christian Wood brought that defensive mentality to it, maybe it would be a lot different. But I don't feel like he
doesn't
does.
have that, bro. No, not at all. He didn't even. Yeah. You can't. I would say show me anywhere where he's had that part. Yeah, he likes to hoop. He likes to score and whatnot. But yeah, he's not the nigga you're saying. Oh, guard this guy Christian. No, because even AD made food of that guy before.
Yeah, I've seen some people say that like James Harden's not even getting the credit that Luka was getting, and I think that's kind of BS, dude. Like they're calling him the best
They
scorer
did
of all
give
time.
him a lot of credit.
He was
they were trying to say
MVP.
He might be the best shooting. People went as far as
Yeah.
say he might be the best shooting.
Like
guard
of
ever.
course possibly
We're
behind
like,
Michael,
bro,
but
Mike,
like
Cole,
of course, right? He has
D
to be.
Wade, bro.
Yeah,
come
D. I'm taking
on.
Dwayne Wade all day.
I'm
I mean,
taking
look
all
at- look
three
at
of
that.
them over
You know what I'm saying?
him.
So
It's probably some old school guards, shooting guards that are probably better than James. Bro, I'm sorry, we can't call. Yeah, no, he did do some crazy offensive things, but there's still more to desire from James's career overall.
So I believe that and I don't want to get too off topic because I actually want to talk about the Nets next. But I think that James Harden got his flowers when it was needed. They made him into a different level. They gave him his MVP. They gave him certain titles, and he still holds those titles today. I'd feel like other people still have a lot to show.
Unless someone else, one of these young boys come up and pass him at some point.
Bro, he did it with ease. It was a little bit different the way he was doing it at certain years. Of course, like he played the system, but it still worked. So
I mean, he and not only that, he had the goddamn D'Antoni system too, bro.
So let's go on to this next one, right? And you're right.
Sir.
Recently, dude, I hate you. So recently, Paolo Banchero, did you see that like recent interview on the, I think it was the JJ Redick podcast, and he was talking about his welcome to the NBA moment.
Oh yeah, I did hear. I heard about that.
So his welcome to the NBA moment is when Kevin Durant. He was playing Kevin Durant. He was basically doing whatever he could to stop him, and of course, Kevin Durant's a different type of dude, and didn't really matter. And so going into that, you see the way KD is and how he doesn't necessarily have to play towards other people's like games, whether that's getting fouled and everything. I think he said he missed 5 shots that game. Not only did he miss 5 shots, he had like barely like 4 or 5 free throws, he was saying too. And he still had like 45. And so that's straight from
insane.
You know what I'm saying? So changing from a guy who played with the game rather than just, kind of just doing his own thing. And like he says, man, he calls it his art form, bro. That shit's, it's really nice to watch. I'm going to be honest with you because the Nets won their 10th straight game.
Today, right?
Against the Hawks. It didn't have Trae Young, but I think the biggest thing out of this game.
But it was still a close game.
It was at points the Nets got away from them, and then it was just kind of like, okay, they have enough to keep them away. Now they did make some runs, but the Hawks just couldn't get consistent offense at the end of the game, especially in that third quarter. To be honest.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a quarter.
Now they came in. Yeah, you're right. I feel like you lose most games and win most games. Like, vice versa. You can lose and win most games in the third quarter if you come out hot. So
especially if you come out, let a team drop 40 points on you in the third quarter, bro. That's gonna be a tough sledding to come back from unless you was already blowing them out.
And that's something that like is very consistent nowadays. So let's get back to these Nets.
Yeah,
dude. Nick Claxton's been playing very, very well.
I've seen that too.
I've always liked him, and they never gave him the right time.
I was not a fan, but this year,
really,
I was not a fan because I felt like he wasn't really doing enough in his game. But I feel like this year, he stepped it up. He stepped it up for sure. I see improvements in him this year for sure. So yeah, I'll give Nick Claxton his credit for that. Yeah.
So that's just one, right? That's a really good one. Royce O'Neal's been playing very well. He's taken up anybody
They
on the other
traded
side.
for him, right?
Yeah, they got him.
got him,
I think they got him in
didn't
the
this
in
month?
the
Wasn't that,
beginning of
like,
the
this-
year or something like that.
Yeah, oh, okay, I thought it was more like
He's been there since the beginning because I remember him being there. I'm like, that's a good potential piece right there. Because Royce O'Neal is nice.
He probably
nice.
came after all the Rudy and Donovan stuff was over.
Maybe. And then so they have Royce O'Neal, of course. I think the biggest turnaround right now, and we would have to put this guy up for Coach of the Year as well, is the Nets coach. I don't even know his name. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
It's
But-
Steve something. Is it like Steve something or something?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I can't remember.
Hey Google, who is the Nets head coach?
The Brooklyn Nets head coach is Jacques Vaughn.
Oh,
Jacques Vaughn.
okay. Well, anyway,
So
he's got them playing crazy though.
not only has been doing well
He's
in that
got
type
them
of
doing
aspect,
the
but
opposite
controlling
of-
all
he's
the
got
things
them
that's
doing-
happening right
He's
now.
got them doing the opposite of what Steve Nash is doing, and basically what they would want, what they would have been expecting if they got Ime Udoka, bro. Because
Well,
they look,
and
they
that
look
didn't even work
totally
out.
different.
Well, I think the best thing
I
that ever
think they
happened to
chose-
him
I
was
think
losing
they just
Steve
chose-
Nash.
I think they got rid of him, but I think they just chose to go a different route for me, man. I don't think it didn't work out. I think they just chose a different route, honestly.
I don't think it worked out. We were talking a lot of shit about that too. It was definitely his fault in a lot of different ways, bro.
Yeah,
no
but
respect
I feel
or
like,
nothing.
I agree, but I feel like I feel like because of that, that's why the Nets were like, we'll just go we'll figure something out. So like, cause yeah, I think because of the way it unfolded, how that situation was going, and how he got caught and things like that, I think that's why they chose to stay away from him.
I think it
Once
was a
more
wise
informa-
choice
once-
to do that.
Once more information came out, I think that's why.
I think it was a wise choice to do that. And then
Yeah.
look what's happening. So let's get back to like the main thing about them, right? So
Yeah.
the coach is outperforming right now, and
Yeah.
and this is right after all the Kyrie shit. This is right after all the Kevin Durant stuff. And look at the way they're using him. I think they're using him
Well, they're not
completely correct,
using-
where they're
yeah,
letting him
not-
run the fucking offense.
And it's
Dude, I'm
that,
watching
but
it-
it's not so much more isolation ball though. Probably,
Bro,
Like, 'cause that's
I'm
the
watching
thing.
it, and that's what it was.
Yeah, that was an accident. Yeah, that was an accident.
I
bro.
think
My bad.
okay. So if you looked at what they were putting up on him, right?
Yeah,
Who could guard him on the Nets? And I mean on the Hawks, and maybe that's what they were doing just
they're
tonight.
Not really equipped.
But I'm gonna be completely honest
There's not
with you,
really
dude.
anyone equipped.
They
for that.
did, and if I were a coach, I'd do the same fucking thing. Let's work through KD every damn possession, and then like they
'Cause
throw
it's
a
not like
little
they
bit of
ha-
spice of Kyrie into there.
They
and it
don't
was
have
super
any
good today.
body.
He came off the bench
Yeah,
at certain times and just was just a big old spark.
yeah.
I mean, I think I watched him do 2 threes and a 2-pointer in like the 3 possessions in a
Kyrie?
row right off the bench. Yeah,
Mhm.
and that was significant because I think they were only up by 1, and then they put them up by 10.
Okay.
That was one of the runs, and so yeah, like I don't know, man. Like if Kyrie's doing that, being him, of course, and then you have Kevin Durant, like he's looking just as good as any other year.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the biggest thing that is a good thing for him, at least, right, is that he's right now is able to deal with double teams and practice and continue to practice that in the regular season because that's all he's seeing nowadays. And then
And I
once he gets
think-
to a real position, he's already ready.
Yeah, and I think after the Celtics series last year, they probably had to really think about that shit too, because
Oh yeah,
the
you're right.
Celtics were not. The Celtics were not letting them get no singles like that, bro. Like if he got in the paint, bro, their bodies on him.
So I remember them checking him up real early, and then
They're mad physical. With him, too.
they're mad physical, especially Grant.
Even Tatum was getting physical with him, bro.
Tatum was checking him up super early, and that's
Yeah.
why he was able to like check him up so early because he knew no matter what they were going to defend him.
Yeah.
So there's somebody who's going to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets to practice on the double teams, and that was something that he needed, of course, for last year. And then I mean, Kyrie was good at certain games, and in other games he wasn't.
Well, them
So-
was the games where it looked like he didn't win beat her.
And I think that it will be different this year. I think he has a lot more to prove. That's more than just for him.
He has.
I think it's like
because he got the badge of being the selfish guy after last year, high key. like given how they lost in the playoffs, how he faded those games, and then he had those games where he was just out of the mix because he didn't want to play. Or was that no? That was the vaccine last
Yeah.
year. Last year was the vaccine, but even still, Kyrie, you missed 65% of the year because you didn't want to get vaccinated.
Let's say this much though too, right? And because I agree with you. If you look at all the drama, I don't hear any more drama like other than of course Kyrie stuff, which I don't think was intentional, and I think that it was brought.
Much drama around
They made
the
an
team.
example out of
There's
him,
not as much
and that was
drama
fucked up.
around the team
But
for
also
sure.
like promoting certain stuff and knowing your platform is very important too. But I think they
Yeah.
really made an example out of him, and that was really fucked up.
Yeah.
So anyway, with what's happening right now, I think that he has a lot to prove, and he's the type of dude to bounce back from something like that. He seems like he's very insightful. Hopefully, he channels that energy into something that is just more like everywhere positive. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Not like let's spite one or another to like honor something else. It's like let's just all promote everything. But anyway, so anyway, like the Nets in its own 10-game win streak, they're looking good. Watanabe, really good.
He's on the Nets now.
He's on the Nets, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he's been on the Nets. Honestly, I think he was
Oh,
actually
wait,
on.
I think I got.
I think it's
I
like
thought he was
there's
on the
another person
Raptors.
on the Raptors. I wonder if they traded in between.
Or is that Hachimura or some?
No, I
it's
think
not
that's
him.
Rui Hachimura, and that's on
he's
he's
not on the
on the
Raptors.
Wizards,
Okay.
and I think they're looking to move him or something like that. But yeah, they have a lot of good pieces that they all bought in. They were moving together on defense. Nick Claxton is a big part of that defensive side, and I feel like too, Kevin Durant was no joke on the Warriors. So I think he's able to help in a lot of different ways because
he's able to use that experience for sure.
And
But
he picks up the best player on the other
beforehand,
side at the end of the game.
Well, because because he knows he needs to prove shit this year. Exactly, he should be because like last year, he really. I don't recall him ever really taking the best player like that. Was he covering Tatum all the games like that?
I mean, he wasn't.
They was trying,
sincerely
because they were always
like,
trying to
dodging-
use Bruce.
because
Kevin
was doing too much.
Yeah,
on
they
one
were
side.
trying to save him on defense. He wasn't guarding the best player for sure. And then they had Bruce Brown still, so they were sending him at niggas still.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's where it's kind of coming from. Like, I think that there's a lot to learn from this season right now, and they're taking advantage of
I'm
all
glad
of it.
they're not doing the ISO ball no more though, because that shit was like, I mean, yeah, these two niggas are great, but it's like, bro.
There's a difference between doing ISO on the. So he was working literally off the elbow the entire time.
Yeah.
KD, like how many moves he can do off the elbow? He's already in his spot,
I feel.
and then he's able to pass out of it. He's already tall enough. Like he was doing his shit.
Yeah, he could see the whole court.
He was doing his shit.
But last year, nigga, bring the ball up, spread everybody out, go into a crossover, some dribble motion. Then these niggas is just standing there looking at him, and then like, yeah, the motion's not there, none of that shit. Yeah, so like, it was such a stagnant offense, focused and like fueled by two great scorers. But like in reality, bro, that shit was not gonna get them what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Nash should have known better than that. Like, I don't know, bro.
I get it, man. And the
But
Nets
he's too
themselves,
much-
I think
but
they're
he
just
learned-
learning a lot
he's
from their guy.
He's from that Mike D'Antoni cloth though, so it's like you shouldn't be surprised what you got from Steve Nash either though. Like, keep it 1,000. What defense did that man preach ever?
I'll take that.
I'm pretty sure none.
So the next one I kind of want to speak about is the Grizzlies, man. The reason why I want to bring them up is because are they like a real contender? The way that they are, it seems like at least the Warriors are in their head. They come out pretty strong, right? But there's even a quote by somebody, I don't know who it was, but they were talking about how if the Grizzlies, like, they play rough with you and they're like, they go in hard-headed. But if you like retaliate, if you kind of look around on that team, everybody's kind of undersized other than Steven Adams, right? I mean, Desmond Bane I don't think he's that tall, but like he's a big dude.
He's
but
not Yeah, I wouldn't call Desmond Bain undersized. Jaren Jackson's not really undersized.
He's a smaller center.
Do they still have the other guy that was a center with the dreads? I can't even remember his name.
Brandon Clark?
Now. Yeah, do they still have him?
I think they still have Brandon Clark. Yes.
Okay, he might be a little undersized since he's a center. But
So
I mean,
I-
Dylan Brooks is not undersized.
I don't think he's undersized, but
He's just stocky motherfucker too.
I think they're all like 6'6" or under.
Ja's
though.
the only one that's really small.
No,
bro.
but all the other guys are like 6'6" or under.
like who? Guards?
All those guys. Desmond Bain, I
Tyus
think,
Jones
is like
and Ja are the
6'5".
smallest guys on the team. Who else is small? Even
look at
even that guy, the one that was a rookie last year, Williams, was Isaiah Williams? Was that his name? He's a big guard too.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He was coming up, he was like a rookie last year and he came off the bench too. He had
So Dylan Brooks is 6'7",
Okay.
but he's pretty good on defense. But you're gonna get got sometimes.
Well, he's not guarding centers.
I know, but I'm saying like he's getting got by.
Oh.
I've seen plenty of videos of that man getting got, and I've seen it
that's
happen
fair.
personally
That's
too.
fair.
But
That's fair. I have to.
he's on
I have to.
everybody.
That's fair.
So,
He ain't no bitch though. He'll get out there with you.
there's a lot of people on here that are kind of long too, bro.
I told you, bro.
Pause.
I'm like only Tyus Jones.
Nobody's
and
over
Ja
7 foot though.
I mean, maybe not, but it's not like every team has got a bunch of 7-footers like that anymore, any.
Dude, Kenny Lofton Jr. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
6'7", 275.
Fuck.
Good.
What the fuck position
Bro,
is he playing?
No, he's 10 more pounds. He's
Fuck.
4 inches smaller and 10 more pounds heavier than Steven Adams. Okay,
That's
but
fucking
I'm going off
crazy.
what they're saying that person. I forget who it is. Fuck
Yeah.
it though. But they're saying if they get basically punched in the mouth, they can like punch back. But if you rain them with punches, they're gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors have been struggling.
Yeah.
They were able to beat them. Grizzlies should be held to a higher standard. I mean, they did just face the
They should be.
pre-champs.
I
But they
think-
didn't have
I
Steph.
Think, I agree with that too, but I also I think they came in with the mindset, bro? Because I didn't think Clay was gonna play. When the hell they say Clay was gonna play?
I don't know.
We said last podcast, Steph not gonna play, Clay not gonna play, bro. I didn't think he was even gonna play. I mean, if he plays, like Clay's still like a force, bro. He could, and then Jordan Poole's still there. Like, yeah, bro, come on.
All right, considering
Clay,
considering the rest of the pack, then you're mentioning a lot of people still on the Warriors. They just beat the Grizzlies.
yeah.
You know, if I think you're a contender, you're top 3. Because I can't have 4 fucking like teams that are true contenders for one spot.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
agree.
considering just a top 3 at least, right?
Yeah.
If you're top 3 in the West, is that one of them? Are they one of them? Because you at least have Denver.
Yeah.
You have the
Yeah.
Warriors down there.
They're,
And they just
they're
beat
not top
them.
3 right now, though.
They're not top 3 right now.
But I mean,
You don't think so?
the
Returning champs?
I mean, because I won't say that until because it's still kind of hard because we still haven't got to the back end of the season yet. You feel me too, bro? It's
Okay,
still pretty
there's
early.
injuries involved. There's a
Yeah,
lot of things still
that's
involved,
what it is
right?
with the Warriors.
And look at the
even
Trailblazers in the
Ja's
beginning.
missed some
The
time.
Jazz.
Yeah, some teams that were up are now not are in the middle. Like a whole lot of shit has been flipped around in the West, but once like we start getting to the All-Star break and we have teams that are like actually set, the trades are all over. Like
Let's think matchups real quick because we already spoke about 2 teams that still might have the edge over them at least, right?
okay,
Maybe we can't put the Warriors over them right now. It's just one game. I
Yeah,
understand that.
That's fair.
But the Warriors play very well at home.
I
They
agree.
just suck at the road. So that just means they got to fix
But they
a couple
got
things.
But the
They have
Grizzlies
potential.
were at home. I thought.
I think they just have hangover. Who cares about playing on the road? Like, I'm at home. Let me
I
put
think
out
the
for my home
Grizzlies
crowd.
were at home for that game, but again, I think they
Were they at home?
probably.
Were they on the
I
road?
think they probably thought they were gonna cakewalk that one.
Okay, so are the Pelicans, right? We've been talking about them. Gifton picked them to be a real big contender coming out of the West.
Yeah.
Are they let's match them up real quick.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. So you have who, like, with the matchups itself, point guard. Was it who they playing? Alvarado?
I thought he came off the
He
bench.
came off the bench. Who's starting point guard for
I
that team?
know they got Devontae Graham.
No, he's
but-
coming off the bench.
Yeah, but I don't remember who the starting point guard is. I feel like at this
So
point,
it's CJ. Okay,
considering
at least it's
Zion's-
CJ
yeah,
McCollum.
It gotta be CJ because I'm like at this point,
That's
considering
that's
Zion's
shooting guard,
back,
right?
but he could run one too. Like since Zion's back, and Bi still like bro, like those niggas are starting for sure. So it's like one of the guards who are probably
So it's
starting.
Valanciunas, Ingram, Zion,
CJ,
CJ, and then we got a point guard. Let's just put Alvarado in there
Yeah.
because
Cause
who the fuck
does
else?
Herb Jones start?
Oh, he might start, and you could put Zion as
Yeah.
shooting guard, and then you could start CJ at point guard. Why not? Or even point Zion. You know how that goes.
Zion. They put that nigga at the 4 though.
They have him bring up the ball, bro. He's nasty.
That's good. See, that's what I'm saying though. Considering this team was all right. Well, I didn't say this, but this is what we're getting into. Considering this team was a play-in team, they went through the ringer to win the play-in. They took the Suns to the test. Like, I think they have confidence, and especially putting Zion back in the fold, bro. Like, how is it not that they shouldn't be taken a little serious?
Okay,
now?
yeah, we're already taking them serious, though, right?
But,
It's
I
the
think-
matchup
yeah.
that I'm talking about right
Oh,
now.
matchup,
Because if
okay.
we're speaking still about these guys, right? On the
Mhm.
other side, you have Ja, you have Dylan, you have who would be their third?
It would be Desmond Bain, but I would probably put.
Oh, yeah,
I personally
Desmond Bane,
would
and
put
then-
him over Dylan Brooks. Low-key,
So
honestly.
Dylan Brooks is their shooting guard, and then
Yeah.
you have Jaren Jackson and Steven Adams,
Mhm.
or Brandon Clark or something like that.
Yeah,
So and then they have a good bench coming up. They have a good bench. They
had a good bench
they
last year
both have
too,
really
though.
good benches. I
Both
think the
of them do.
Pelicans have a better bench though,
Defensively, for sure, I would say so.
and that makes a big
I would
difference,
say
right?
defensively, their bench is better.
And then let's think about so we have both of those in mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Point guards. I think that's pretty close. Ja gets the win over that.
Ja's gonna get the win. Over
Let's just
any point
call-
guard in that matchup.
Let's just
bruh.
call Zion versus Dylan. We got Zion. Bi is better than
You think
anybody
they'd
over
put-
there.
Yeah, they probably.
Is
would
Bi
put
better
Zion
than
on him.
Desmond Bain? Yes.
Yes, he is.
And then you
And
have
Jaren Jackson and probably Herb Jones or like whoever their non-scorer is together. I guess.
I would love
bro.
to see this fucking series.
Yeah.
Did
that'd
this
be
already
interesting.
happen?
No. Hell no.
Who did the Pelicans lose to? They lost to the
They
Suns.
lost to the Suns. And the Grizzlies
Would
played
this
the
be a series?
Timberwolves.
Oh my goodness.
Not
Oh,
if they're both
if they're both
if
at
they're both
top.
above 4, it would be like
It'd be 2-3.
second round or
I think they're
conference
2-3 right
finals.
now.
Okay, yeah, then it would be like the second round maybe.
Yeah, they would. No, it would be the last. It would be
Second
like
round. Second.
yeah,
'cause
and
one
because the
in-
third round
'cause
is
first
is
round
finals. Yeah.
because first
it'd be
seed
second.
would play 2 or 3. Yeah,
Oh man, this is a good matchup. I think the Pelicans take it though.
they could.
If Zion
I
can
think
stay
they
healthy,
could.
I think they can take it.
They could. Yeah.
I don't
they
think
could.
Zion. I don't think Ja has the same help that they do, and I think that their
No,
bench
no.
being able to come in and provide that defensive. like, prowess right
'cause,
there,
like,
that's
like,
different.
The Grizzlies bench is more offensive minded. Yeah, I would say that would definitely be a difference. It's not that the Pelicans bench guys can't score, but their defense would be fueling the other guys they're around who are on the court with them too, who can
Yeah.
score.
They can filter. I think
Yeah.
a lot better than because I remember the Grizzlies being kind of stagnant when Ja was. Oh wait, no, they were able to win one
No,
game.
They were still able to win when Ja was playing. When he didn't play was when they were not doing it.
Well, I also remember, like, if Dylan Brooks was playing good, they usually win. If he plays terrible on the offensive side, because that guy's streaky.
Yeah.
I think we
Because
established
when
that.
he was going on, he had some games. He was like 6 for 23 or some shit for sure. He definitely had
He fucked them
against
up.
the Warriors. He had some. His shooting against the Warriors in like the first half of that series was pretty bad.
Let's move into a little bit of football, my guy. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Let's get into it, my man. You play something? Let's go. Little bit flat. NBA is over. We're
Yeah.
gonna be speaking about the NFL now.
Yes, sir.
The bread and butter. We're getting close to the playoffs here. I think let's talk about somebody or some team that still can or win out with some other stuff happening as well
What team is that?
to get to the playoffs. That's the Raiders right now. They can still get to the playoffs, and guess what happened? Derek Carr.
They're starting fucking
benched him.
Jared Stidham, and
Jared
you're over here
Stidham.
bringing that up, bro.
Okay, wait, hold up. So, all I want to say is they got him out of there, bro. They bounced him out of there.
You think they're going? You think this is because he's gonna get traded now?
Why would he get traded though? I think
I mean,
this is
just
like
be-
his last year.
No, they re-extended him, but it's like,
Hey Google,
do you think?
how many years is left on Derek Carr's
No,
contract?
he got extended, bro. Watch.
On the
4
website
years, 5
thetrack.com,
years.
They say potential out 2023, 1 year, $25 million, $5,625,000 dead cap.
So
You
that's
want a little more context?
so they can cut him. That's
He
crazy.
Still hasn't but they extended
If
him.
you say so.
So if they can't trade him, they can cut him. Why would they do that though? That's so crazy.
That'd
Okay,
be way more dead money than that too.
it's like $5 million. She said
For that season.
for the
but-
next season.
Yeah, but they extended him a new contract when they got Devontae, bro. They gave him 150 something million.
No, he's not. He's not up. It's over after next year.
it's
we just
not
asked.
over. It's not over, bro. He got money when they traded for Devontae. Literally, they got
Really?
Devontae, paid Devontae, then Derek Carr got paid. He got like 150 million, 153.
Oh shit. Let's
He's
see here.
not getting cut. You can't cut
Until
him.
2025.
You have to trade him. You can't cut that.
Why did it say just 1 year?
I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about for one season, probably. For next,
It's literally only next year. It's a $5 million dead cap hit.
yeah, only for next year. But that's why I'm like, they might have to trade. they're
Oh
probably
yeah,
gonna
they got to trade him if they're trying to
Yeah.
get rid of him, and if they benched him, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, so it's like, that if they're benching him, that means like, are you trading him? To me, because it's like,
I guess so, right?
Yeah, because it's like that means you're protecting him, you're saving him from injury, like potential things like that. But that makes sense. So, what other reason would they have to bench him? It's not like that nigga, unless he asks to be traded, the nigga is not asking to get benched. Derek Carr, character wise, we've seen how he rides for the team.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a lot of different things, right? He held it down, based off of the season before. Was this last season? I think.
This whole John
Yeah, it was his last
Gruden
season.
era, bruh.
Yeah, the whole thing. And overall, he deserves a lot. And
Interim
we
head
were even talking
coach,
about it already on the pod how these
Bad
guys are.
new head coach.
Well, that he's very
it
respectful
seems like
compared to Dak, and they paid him.
Yeah,
He's fine.
And it seems like they're choosing Josh McDaniels to give him a chance over keeping Derek Carr.
Well,
he probably like
I don't think they can afford either, right? And the lesser of the cost is trading Derek Carr.
yeah, because at this point,
But when did they
'cause at
butt
this
heads?
point-
Like, what is the deal? Was it him coming out and saying all that shit? Is that what it
Honestly,
is? Like,
at this point, all of the John Gruden guys might be out now completely now, bro. Because you've seen that interview with Josh Jacobs, very frustrated recently, right?
mhm.
At this point, every John Gruden guy might get wiped up out of there.
just so
Yeah.
they use Derek Carr for
But Derek Carr,
recruiting reasons, and now they're dumping him. How funny is
because
that?
Derek Carr,
How
yeah,
funny
but
is
Derek
that?
Carr they have to trade. But Josh Jacobs, remember, he doesn't have a 5th year. They didn't take that. He's gonna be a free agent after this year. They already got rid of Abrams. All those other knuckleheads they traded before the season,
Knucklehead.
or they were cut, or got themselves out of the
Okay.
leagues for some type of way.
Now let's say this much. Maybe, and we already kind of claimed that they're both in the same tier, at least they're the same player, but we have
Back
a little bit
in,
differences of who the difference is.
Uh-huh.
But if Dak Prescott was in this same team, I think this conversation is still the same.
Hell yes, he might be
I
in
think
this
you're right.
conversation next in a year or two.
Man, possibly. If it doesn't happen.
If he can't, if they lose early again this year and don't do a lot next year, bro.
Why not keep riding it, man? He's been proven to do well, and even in certain times that he lost in the playoffs, it wasn't his fault. Like the one against the Packers, at least, and that was his first playoff
That's
loss.
fair, but what you gonna say last year? You gonna blame the refs?
No,
too?
that was
Last
definitely
year he
more.
Still played ass.
Yeah, it was definitely bad. Let's speak about another team though, right?
Yes, sir.
The Chargers make it.
Yeah, they're gonna make it, but
No, they make it to the playoffs.
yeah, they are gonna make it, and I'm just like, bro, I'm not good. I don't have good. I'm not gonna have a good thing
Can
to
we-
say about the Chargers right now.
Really?
Low-key. I'm gonna be 1,000.
Well, let's look at the
They're
AFC.
fucking let down, but they're gonna make the playoffs.
Can you believe these quarterbacks in the AFC?
Here we go with that too.
Like honestly, they make the playoffs, right?
They're gonna
I
make the
have-
playoffs.
I have like Justin Herbert in very, very high regards, right?
See? All right,
I'm one
bro.
of those guys.
But look, bro.
But well, let me
All
just say
right,
this
yeah,
much
go ahead,
because
go
I
ahead.
want to just list it off. It's pretty
Go ahead,
crazy.
Do your thing.
He just got into the playoffs, right? So
First time
here we are.
after Mac Jones.
That's a better team. They were healthier. So the Dolphins are still in it. The
Yeah.
Patriots are still in it.
No, we're not.
The
Ravens
Jets are
though.
still in it.
The Ravens.
They're not in the wild card right now, but they can still get one.
Oh yeah, we're
The-
not
the
gonna
Steelers
get
are
it. We're
still
not
in it.
winning out.
And
Steelers are probably not
the
either.
Raiders are still in it. I don't
Raiders
think
are
the
not.
Browns are.
Browns. might
A
not
lot
be.
of shit has to happen for the Raiders to win, but it can happen.
I agree.
So
Raiders are so.
Let me read off these
weird.
quarterbacks.
They might still not get the spot, and the Browns would get it some weird way.
I think it's really funny. That'd be crazy.
That'd be. Funny
I think it's really cool to see the old go out and the new come in. This AFC is now going to be ran by Josh Allen,
a new generation, bro.
a whole of studs, bruh. Like
Yeah.
if you're, I have Justin Herbert in high regards. I think he's
That's
number
that's
4 in this quarterback list. Let's
Good.
talk about it.
That's a good
Josh
number.
Allen. No,
He's
not
n-
first. I'm just saying like ahead of him.
Yeah. Okay. Him.
Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah. Joe Shiesty.
Joe Burrow,
Herbert. Who else you throwing in there?
dude. Who are you
Lamar.
taking, Lamar
Lamar's not
or
playing,
Herbert?
though.
Well, he's probably gonna play in the playoffs.
Fuck them niggas.
I'm
bro.
telling you,
Don't
we'll
play
see.
Lamar. Save
see.
yourself.
I mean, if he makes, bro, like I know I said like take it, save yourself, but if it's the playoffs and you have a chance, I don't think you have a chance against these other teams right
they're
now.
not gonna win the Super Bowl just because he wants to come play one game, though.
All the games, because they're gonna go deep. No, I'm just kidding. Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert? I think I'm taking Justin over that, just because of the way that he can throw.
That's fair.
And then, of
I'm
course, you
taking
have
Lamar
Tua, you
because
have all
I'm
these other
taking
cats
Lamar.
below. That's not going to really be a comparison. But I think it's really cool to think that, look at all these quarterbacks that are going to be here for another 10-plus years at least. Maybe not Lamar, unfortunately. Sorry.
Deshaun will be there.
I fucked it, Sean. I hope he stays the same way that it is right now. I'd love that. I hate it for the Browns because it's just another quarterback down that way, but they're the ones who traded for that motherfucker, so it's over for him, in my opinion. But, I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence there, but he's at the 7-8. He's not even close to these other guys. Dude,
He's
I
only
think
in
this
year
AFC
two.
is
He's only in
so
year
insane.
two.
I
You
get
can't
it.
say
I know
that.
there's
You
going to be
can't
more.
say
I know, but he
He's
can't touch him
1
right
year
now.
under Justin Herbert too. So
He's
let's
not-
keep that in mind.
He's not touching these other quarterbacks right now.
We'll see him next year.
I'm not saying that there's no room. I'm a big fan of Trevor. I hope he does well. I like him on the Jags. I think it's cool for a guy that has a lot of like.
They got him in
Like,
the right. He in the right.
we'll talk about him
situation
next.
now,
Let's
for
talk about him
sure.
next.
All right.
But
Yeah.
I think that this is pretty crazy that Justin Herbert isn't even on the top here. So how far do you think that this guy can go with this Chargers squad? I don't think he can go very far. I think they're just gonna have more excuses. It's been like that the entire season.
Thank you.
They're gonna have
a
they're gonna have
season
a close loss.
full of
These other teams are way better.
excuses.
These other teams are way better.
Thank you. That's exactly just what I feel about them. A season full of excuses. For you to barely get your first wild card in how many years, bro? You're not bro. Why couldn't they beat the Chiefs? Oh, we weren't healthy. Is that gonna be the excuse? We weren't healthy. Come on, bro.
But it is a good excuse for them. It won't be a good excuse.
But when the
for
Chiefs
for
don't
the
play
next one.
starters and they beat them, they pump their chests up.
The only excuse they will have is that it's Justin Herbert's first playoff game. That's it.
Man, as much as y'all been, and that's another thing too.
I think he can win the first one.
Look, even Justin Herbert himself, I agree. I think he's a really good quarterback too. I think he's in the top 5 in this conference right now too. But bro, I feel like when it comes to the team, they give him the praise when they win, but they don't always say Justin Herbert had a good game. The Titans game, bro, that wasn't a great game.
No, yeah,
That was
here's
not
the
a great
thing.
game.
They lose, they blame it on Staley.
They blame it on
win,
Staley or the defense.
Yeah,
The
win.
defense too.
Then it's Justin Herbert every single time.
Yeah,
And
that is
so
my only issue.
I don't agree with that. I think that he forces the issue, but he's more than welcome, in my opinion, to force any issue he wants.
I agree with that too. But if it's not his night too, niggas will blame it on other niggas still. And that's
Who do you want to talk
really-
about next? It was Trevor
Well, you
Lawrence,
said
right?
Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. The
That's the one.
Jags might take this damn thing home, bro. Well, I'm not
They're
saying to the Super Bowl, but they might win the division, bro.
They're gonna win the
looking like,
division.
yeah, they
They're
can
rolling.
win out. The Patriots are not winning out, bro.
You have been saying that these Jaguars have lost.
They beat the Chargers.
They had a bad month.
October was
and
terrible.
after that month, they were able to do a lot more. And with that, and the evidence that they have shown to do right now, because that
if they didn't have that bad,
if
they didn't have that
and now
bad
it's time
October
to show
month,
up again.
their record would be level.
Let's just say they go 500.
They're almost five.
They'll be
they're
a 10-win
almost
team. They
500.
would have
No,
been.
That's what I'm saying. They would be at 10, 11 wins right now with the other division leaders. You feel me? Because all those other teams, they're kind of neck and neck. Even though it's clearly 1 through 3, they're still pretty neck and neck.
I think
The
that they are
Chiefs and
too.
the-
I think that
The
they can
Chiefs and the
surprise
Bills
somebody.
are tied, but the Bills have the tiebreaker still.
I think the reason why is because one of these teams, and it always happens every single year in the NFL, that they will have one team that surprises another team that's already looking ahead. So if you already have that, like the Bengals, because of our experience from last year, we're definitely a better team than we're in
the
at least the
Bengals-
top 3.
the Bengals,
We don't have to worry about this.
Even
We can worry
right
about
now, the
next week.
Bengals could probably have a better record too, which is crazy because you saw how they played bad that first month too.
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
I think that.
They didn't get the division lead till within the last month.
Well, let's think about it like with the Bengals. Just a quick minute, and then we'll go back to the Jags.
Yeah.
They lost people too, and I don't hear them talking. They lost Joe.
Thank you.
They lost Jamar, and guess what? Joe's still
Even
winning.
T. Higgins is missing
Higgins-
games. Tyler
So-
Boyd went out.
Exactly.
Joe,
so,
yeah. Oh yeah. Joe Mixon. Yeah. Joe Mixon was missing. Yeah. You said Joe Mixon. Okay.
and I think, and now let's go back to the Jags.
Yeah.
I think that team itself will look ahead. It always happens. It always happens, and
That's fair. Cause
I think that
yeah, that
it's
could
not-
have.
they're going to be a better team,
happened for
and Joe's
them, too.
better.
Because
But if they meet each other, I think that they'll take the Jaguars
be
for
the
granted.
it won't be
and-
the first
and at
one.
least be close.
It
like
won't be
very
the first
close.
game if they meet. It won't be the first game because they're going to be the home games. Both of them
So
will have home
they're-
games if they make it.
in the next round. So all they have to do is beat the wild card team, and then I think they don't face each other.
Oh,
The Jags would
yeah.
face the 1 seed, so they wouldn't face each other. But I'm trying to say like that's the type of team the Jags are, and they won't meet each other. You're right.
The Jags would have to face the Bills. Ooh,
See, the Bills are a team that would look forward.
that's true.
The
That's
Bills are
true.
definitely one that would do that.
I think that's true too.
I think that they have there's somebody at my work and he's from New York, like rural.
the Bills
New
are
York, I
probably
think.
not thinking about the Jags at all right now.
He's a
either.
Bills fan. He'll say that Josh Allen lost us some games.
He has.
He's also won us some games, but it feels like we can't trust him at certain times. And so I'm just trying to say, easily as
But-
he said, it could be a flip of a coin.
I'm
And
not.
most of the time, Josh Allen makes that team win, but that team is.
I'm
I'm
not.
gonna be honest. That team
even
isn't really
with what you said.
great,
too,
other than
though.
their offense. Their defense
The
isn't really
defen-
that crazy too. Their
The
secondary is
defense,
cool.
They always call top 5, but they don't.
They're not doing that this year.
And outside of that, but Josh Allen, I'm not even trying to rag on him either. Watching him even in his first 3 years, what you see, like with what they're saying, how he loses them some games, he did. He showed that in his first year, 1 to 3 years. He showed that then too. Like literally, there was a game, Tom Brady's last year in New England, when Josh Allen could have beat him, and he choked the game off completely.
Who?
Josh Allen could have beat Tom Brady the last time they faced each other in New England. He could have beat him, but he choked that game off because he was just overthrowing some shit. He was probably in his head a little bit because I mean, like he was still pretty young. It's a big game. He's playing against Tom Brady, who we obviously see now is like he probably was idolizing Tom Brady and shit like that from interviews I've seen. But like, yeah, he lost the game for them.
Exactly. Like there's a matter, and I just wanted to check on their defense to make sure that we're not stupid.
They're
not
they still
looking
top
good.
5 this year? Are they?
They're not top. Well, in points per game, they're second.
I think
In yards per game, they're 7.
Mm,
Opponent yards per game 9. Opponent's fourth down. That's fourth down. Third down conversion, they're 11th, which I feel like is a big stat.
what are they at?
Their
in turnovers?
rushing is ass.
What are they at in turnovers? That's when you start seeing a story on
What
them.
the fuck?
Do they get turnovers?
Oh, their offensive their passing defense is ass.
That could be because they don't have Trey White, but I don't know if he would make an immediate impact this season.
They're not good on
considering the
offensive
injury
or
he suffered.
defensive penalties.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of takeaways per game.
Okay, yeah, that's my thing. Yes,
They don't have no turnovers.
Because last year they were at least getting takeaways too. Actually, they lost Trey White and they lost one of their safeties this year too, bro. They lost a safety this year too. It wasn't. It was. I think it was Micah Hyde.
Well, I'm talking on my ass.
Yeah. But again, there are losses, but again, you still would not think the Bills to take a hit like that overall.
Well, I mean, if they're weak,
because you would think they have depth in the I know they've had those two safeties for years, but you would still think they'd have a little more depth under those two guys.
Something, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Belichick would.
Oh man, he's got to bring in his fucking.
Yeah. All right.
Patriots.
We don't have to. What happened?
It's something's buzzing. It's okay. No worries.
Okay. But yeah, with the Patriots, this season's gonna end the way it is because of Belichick, not because of Mac Jones, not because of the offense, because of Belichick.
Man, he's talking about the Patriots. I thought you were still talking
but we can skip them now.
The Chargers
That's all I
in
want to
general.
say.
Okay.
But as
So
far
we talked
as
about the Chargers.
I said what I wanted to say on them. I just feel like they don't place the blame around correctly, and I think this season was a season of excuses. They could have definitely done more. If they would have at least beat the Chiefs once, they could have maybe had a shot at winning the division. But you can't lose to them twice. That's the powerhouse.
I get you.
That's my only thing. And because of that, yes, there were injuries, but that gave me a little pretender vibe, like how I got off the Vikings. You feel me? It's not like I don't think they're a good team, but as far as going all the way, it gave me pretender vibe because you can't lose to a team we think that we know that a proven team. You can't lose to them twice like that. That's your division opponent.
It's crazy. I mean, your team, they've lost to a lot of your own division. They beat everybody else, I feel like, which is crazy because I feel like Bill would come in and be prepared. But
I was referring to the Chargers right now.
Oh,
and everything I just said.
Well, you mentioned the Patriots at first. My fault.
Yeah,
but
I know. I said I'm done with the Patriots.
My fault.
Yeah.
With the
my
Chargers,
speech was about the Chargers, though.
With the Chargers themselves, I just think that they're just scapegoating stuff. They finally get in there. It seems like everybody's healthy. Keenan's ready.
Yeah.
Mike Williams is ready.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert had basically a full season of being undermanned.
Yeah.
You see where he can take him when he's fully manned.
I just hope they don't. I hope they play a better team than the Jags, because that's gonna really. Because. Yeah, I hope they play a better team than the Jaguars
And Gals.
because the Jaguars are also a young team, so it's like not really like they're proving much. They're just outsmarting them in the fact. And even then, maybe they wouldn't even beat the Jags because Doug Peterson might outcoach Brandon Staley. Either way it goes, I'm glad they're a wild card spot because that's gonna really show if they got it like that.
I get you, man. I think that there's a lot
because
to test.
The Chargers, overall, they
I'm
haven't
just
proved
saying-
anything.
I'm not saying
That's
the,
my
the
thing.
1
They
or 2
proved
seed
nothing.
will lose to an undermanned team. So maybe the Bills and the Chiefs, they're just gonna overpower the rest of the people. Still,
Okay, the Chiefs might end up against the Ravens.
the
maybe.
Chiefs are good.
Or-
They're
They might get the Ravens. Okay,
I am completely confident in the Chiefs at least making it to the conference.
I agree. Yeah, I
Championship.
don't think they're in trouble at all.
I don't think they're in trouble at all. Let's just talk about one last team here.
Yeah. Okay, we talked about the Chargers and the Jags. Who do they play this week? The Jags play the
I mean, look,
Titans, or they play somebody else.
the Jags play the Texans.
Oh.
Fuck, they're winning.
We want them to win. But
They're going to win.
The Texans are not.
Oh
like
my!
Their record's ass, but they're not.
All right, there we go. I think
They're-
something was pulling on it.
Maybe their record's ass, but like they make teams still have to work for the wins. The Cowboys had to work
Oh
for
my
their wins.
goodness!
The Eagles had to work for their wins. The motherfucking Titans had to work for their wins against them, bro. Like,
And
they
then who
still
else
have
are you
to work
saying?
for wins.
The Chargers have to beat the Rams, who dropped 51 on the Broncos there.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing. If the Chargers let Baker Mayfield go off,
Well, they already made it
Oh
into the
my God.
playoffs. They're good, bro.
it's not even about that.
Well, the Jaguars haven't clinched.
Get yourself some fucking momentum going into the playoffs. Show.
Ooh, if we beat
like,
them, ooh, that'd
you
be
lose
funny.
to the Rams and then finish the season with whatever game.
I'll
You
put
want to
20,
go in
I'll put
knowing
20
you
on that.
lost to Baker Mayfield?
I'll put 20 on the Rams.
You're a dirty nigga, but I'll take this bet.
All right, let's do it.
God.
Yes, let's go Bakers. I'm gonna lose another $20.
Chargers
on
are
Baker.
disgusting as fuck if they lose.
I owe
this.
my homeboy
Chargers.
some lunch
Don't do
because
this
of
to
this
me.
shit.
Here comes the money.
Oh, come on, man. Give it to me.
Man, if they lose to the motherfucking Baker
Let's go,
Mayfield-led
Rams!
Rams with no Cooper Cup.
With no Aaron Donald.
Yeah, for real!
We out here, bro. Tutu Atwell.
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, y'all better do
Van
that nigga
Jefferson.
Jalen Ramsey knees dirty.
Skoranek.
Motherfucking Austin Eckler, I need you to truck somebody.
Nope. Bobby Wagner's still there playing. Don't know why.
Hey,
As a team leader, bro.
he's 5 years. He got a 5-year deal. What you mean? Well, yeah, they better rest this nigga though, cause he doesn't need to be on the field. That's true. They should rest him. And
All right.
Yeah, those are your two games. So I'm going Jags for sure, and yeah, Chargers. Let's get it.
All right.
Don't
Patriots
disappoint me.
Dolphins. That's a big one.
We play the Dolphins.
Yep.
Oh, I
At
thought we
Dolphins.
played the Bills.
January 1st. Patriots at Dolphins.
Okay. I hope we get these niggas low key. Even though I want us to lose out, I kind of want us to beat the Dolphins because
I got 20 on the Dolphins.
I want Tua to lose a game. I just want Tua to look bad.
I got 20 on the Dolphins.
They might still win the game. I'm not
So
betting
what's
on
up?
this.
No, you're not betting on this
Our
one.
offense is shit
But
still.
it's your team.
It's still Matt Patricia. Again, all right, I didn't go into this rant, but Bill Belichick is the reason we're in this situation, bro. Why you bring
The
back
coaches-
Matt Patricia and Joe Judge?
Maybe it is the coaches.
That's an issue. Off rip.
Let's
We
see
need to
here.
get this nigga Nelson Aguilar somewhere. Marcus Jones has been a bright spot.
You
because
guys,
this
here's the
guy,
thing. You guys paid a lot of money for all these receivers, all these like tight ends, and like I was surprised that you guys aren't using them the same way that you guys should be. But maybe
part of that is Matt Patricia.
maybe Jonnu and fucking.
I think
I know
that-
Hunter Henry's
I think
good.
we should
I don't
keep-
know if
I
fucking
think
Jonnu
Jonnu is still
good.
fine too because he still helps in the run game and he can still catch passes. But again, they aren't using him as a pass catcher as much, and don't have a great play caller who calling 15 screens and a motherfucking halfback draw. Nigga, everybody's gonna figure that out. Who the
feel
fuck does that?
Let's get into this last one though. This is the last one, and then we can cap it. I think we're about like 50
Dolphins
minutes in.
are probably look. I'm not betting on that game, but I will ride with the
Bengals?
Patriots. I do want them to win.
All right, I feel that. Bengals at Bills. Bengals at
You
Bills.
already know who I'm riding with.
I think I got the Bills on this one.
Go
Out of
ahead.
both of them that do have, okay, well they're at home too. That
I'm riding-
definitely helps.
I'm riding with Joe Shiesty.
Ooh. What is your biggest reason why? And I'll say mine, and then we can end it.
I'm mainly saying because my nigga's unfazable for the most part, bro. It don't matter, like you saying because it's in Buffalo. You feeling like that shit don't really matter, honestly. That nigga good.
Playing at home?
I mean, you might feel like it's an edge, but I'm like, I don't think, like I said, my nigga's unfazable. That hasn't mattered. He won out on the road last year to get to the Super Bowl.
I get it.
I don't think that
understand
shit's
it.
gonna matter. And I know they had some injuries and whatnot going on, but if he got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, he's alright, bro. And if he has everybody, he's definitely gonna be alright. The Bengals defense, like, I'm not gonna say they're I'm not gonna say they're like the best defense, but they get the stops when they need to. And in the second halves, I've seen them make adjustments compared to the first half, where they really put themselves in better situations too, especially if they're losing a game.
I think you're talking about like just situational football, and they definitely are able to do that. I think
Yep.
for myself, I'm gonna go with the Bills because I believe that they need something to really truck themselves
this.
through.
Oh yeah, they need this one.
And to show off. I believe that
And
if they
this
see
is
the
for
Bengals
some,
again,
this is for some seeding. This might matter for seeding too.
I think
for sure.
Yes, but I think the biggest thing on this one is it's tough to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
It is tough to beat a team twice. So whoever wins this game, if they meet each other in the playoffs, I think the other team wins. And I see the Bengals winning in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So that's why I think the Bills win here. And if they do meet each other in the playoffs, then I figured that the Bengals will win.
I think the Bengals. I mean, it's more in the Bills' favor to win it because they can kind of more so guarantee they won't have to see the Bengals again, because they will get a bye and the Bengals will then have to play the Chiefs.
Last question. Would it be okay? Would you? I think I lost the question as a whole. I'm gonna be honest with you. But
good, bro.
Would you see more Joe? Like, okay, that's where it is. The question is like, do you think the Bengals can put out a game plan that's already like, let's let them think they have the upper hand. Let's let them play us a certain way. Once we get into the playoffs, totally change the game plan, come in different, and be prepared for what they showed us in the regular season.
Yeah.
I think they're so experienced, and one is so aggressive.
I think the Bengals would more
One's strategic and one's aggressive.
I think the
That's where I'm
Bengals
kinda
would more
coming
so
from.
have to think in that position, because no matter what they do, they could still possibly see the Bills again. Whereas if it's the Bills, if they beat them right now, they may not have to see them again.
I feel that, man. What
It's
an
more
episode!
in the Bengals' It's more in the Bengals' favor to definitely think about seeing the Bills a second time for sure.
I feel that, man.
And
Yeah, I think it's a big
because if
deal.
because like I'm
It's
saying,
tough.
as fucking what word? Yeah, I don't even know what word I was. As fucking scientific, as fucking
Analytical.
Yeah, bro. As much as we've seen they can get over there, bro. Like, as crazy as they could get over there, I would hope they're looking at it that way, as if we might have to play them twice if we plan on winning this game.
I think that is very strategic to not play the best game here and then show it all off in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You don't want to give your best shit right now.
Because they don't.
So
'cause
whoever
they
wins this game
they're
is going to
not
be hard to
scared
win
of
the second game.
Yeah, they're not scared of the Chiefs.
Whoever plays this game, like they feel like
they haven't
need
had to
win
face
it
the Bills yet either, bro.
Yeah.
Since Joe's been back, they haven't had to face the Bills.
Let's wrap this one up.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 105 of the Sports U podcast. My
Do the damn thing.
camera died. That's the only camera that's gonna be showing both of us right now. Thank you guys for joining us. Go ahead and, as Gifton would say, shout out that like button.
Bust
down them comments.
Share that shit.
Share that shit share it with your family. Share it with your mom. Share it with your pops.
Share it to your
And
niece.
remember to support the youth.
You know.
Y'all have a good night, everybody. You. All right.
Let's get it.